All right, so it's about 2:30 in the morning on Tuesday, July 29th, I guess. If you are a content creator on the left and you get an opportunity to interview an elected Democratic member of the House or the Senate, and you get some notice that you're going to have the opportunity to interview an elected Democrat, it would be my opinion that one of the first things that you should do to prepare for that interview, especially in July of 2025, is go to apac.com and see whether or not APAC has donated to that candidate. And there are several other sites that are out there, very easy to find with Google searches, where you can find specifically how much APAC has donated to specific members of the House and the Senate. With what Benjamin Netanyahu, his government, and his military are doing inside the Gaza Strip right now, I mean, everybody loves to talk about distractions. Oh, this is a distraction. That's a distraction, because the real bad thing is going on over here. So they're going to distract us and make us look over here. I don't think there's any such thing as distractions like that, but there are things that divide our attention. And but I think it is of critical importance in July of 2025, given what Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli government, and the Israeli military are doing inside the Gaza Strip right now to starving Palestinian civilians who are being intentionally and purposefully starved to death by Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli government, and the Israeli military. That if you get an opportunity to interview a Democratic member of the House or the Senate, your very first series of questions: how much money has APAC given you? And what did they expect you to do for that money? And what are you currently doing today in exchange for that money? The second week of June, Bibi Netanyahu visited Washington, D.C. and visited Congress. 8 or 10 Democratic members of the Senate absolutely clamored to be in a photograph with him in June of 2025. And then more than one of them went to the floor of the Senate and was like, it's terrible what's happening inside the Gaza Strip. A lot of them will say what's happening inside the Gaza Strip is terrible without saying who is doing that on purpose, for the purpose of killing Palestinian civilians. Hakeem Jeffries put out a 2-paragraph statement yesterday about the horrific starvation crisis inside the Gaza Strip. It did not mention Israel. It did not mention Benjamin Netanyahu. I think he blamed Trump. Every single interview of every single Democratic member of the House from here until the midterms should start off with: how much money has APAC given you, and what have they expected you to do in exchange for that money, and what are you currently still doing in exchange for that money? I don't think it's accidental that the Democratic Party is turning to a lot of content creators for these kinds of interviews. They know that 99.9% of content creators are not journalists. They are not reporters. They do not have any training in journalism. They do not have any background in journalism. They're excited at the opportunity to be able to make content interviewing an elected member of Congress. And Democrats take advantage of that. If you get to interview a Democrat from the House or the Senate between now and the midterms, how much money has APAC given you? What have they expected you to do in exchange for that money? What are you currently still doing in exchange for that money? Otherwise, you're just proving their point that content creators don't know what they're doing when it comes to interviewing politicians.